Hey there, how are you? Welcome to another new video. This video is about Luna and Rack's love, hate, hard work, and death. Now let's start. Enjoy the video. Once upon a time in a kingdom far away, there was a beautiful princess named Luna. Now, Princess Luna wasn't your typical princess. She didn't spend her days brushing her hair or gossiping with other royals. Oh no, not Luna. She had a spirit of adventure and a thirst for knowledge that couldn't be tamed. One day, while exploring the castle's forbidden library, Luna stumbled upon an ancient book. Its pages, filled with mystical tales, transported her to magical lands and introduced her to mythical creatures. As she turned each page, Luna felt a stirring within her, a yearning for something more than the gilded cage of her royal life. The book became her secret companion, fueling her dreams of a world beyond the castle walls. Little did she know that her life was about to take a dramatic turn. Enter Prince Rack, a dashing young man from a neighboring kingdom. He was visiting as part of an arranged marriage proposal between his father, the king, and Luna's own father, the duke. Upon meeting Luna, Rack was smitten. Her intelligence, wit, and adventurous spirit were like a breath of fresh air compared to the vapid princesses he'd known. But Luna, though intrigued by Rack, couldn't shake off the feeling that their connection went beyond the physical. As the days passed, their bond deepened. They'd explore the castle's vast gardens, sharing secrets under the shade of ancient trees. Rack would listen, captivated, as Luna spoke of her desire to see the world, to experience all that life had to offer. He saw in her a kindred spirit, someone who craved freedom and adventure as much as he did. Then one evening, as they sat by the moonlit balcony, Rack confessed his love for her. The words hung in the air between them, echoing the unspoken emotions that had been growing in Luna's heart. In that moment, under the soft glow of the moon, Luna realized that she loved Rack not just because of his charming smile or his heroic tales, but because of who he was, a fellow adventurer, a friend, and a lover. Their romance blossomed, nurtured by stolen glances, whispered promises, and shared dreams. However, their happiness was not without its shadows. The looming prospect of marriage, originally a tool of diplomacy between their fathers, now seemed like a barrier, a cage that threatened to confine them to a life of luxury and boredom. Now, tradition held that the royal couple must be formally engaged before their fathers sealed the marriage pact, but Luna and Rack decided to defy this tradition. Instead of waiting for the engagement, they chose to elope. In secret, they planned their escape, fueled by the belief that their love was strong enough to withstand any obstacle. On the night of their elopement, they slipped out of the castle unnoticed, leaving behind the life of royalty that had been laid out for them. Hand in hand, they ventured into the darkness, guided by the moonlight and driven by the hope of a future together. Their plan was to seek asylum in a far-off kingdom, known for its progressive views on marriage. There, they hoped to start a new life, free from the constraints of royal protocol and societal expectations. But as they journeyed, their happiness began to unravel. The road was longer and harder than they had imagined, and after days of walking, they found themselves separated. When Luna awoke in the forest, disoriented and alone, fear clutched at her heart. She called out for Rack, her voice echoing through the silent trees, but only silence answered her. As dusk settled, casting long shadows around her, Luna stumbled upon a cottage nestled at the edge of the woods. Summoning what little strength she had left, she knocked on the door. A kind old woman opened it, her eyes filled with warmth and understanding. Seeing the distress on Luna's face, she ushered the princess inside, offering her food, water, and a place by the fire. When Luna recounted her tale, the old woman nodded sympathetically. She knew these woods well and realized that the forest had a way of testing those who entered it. It was as if nature herself wanted to see if their love could withstand any trial. The old woman offered Luna a choice. She could stay at the cottage until morning, or venture deeper into the forest to find a mystical spring. The water from this spring, the old woman said, would lead Luna to safety. With a heavy heart, Luna thanked the woman for her kindness and started her journey. The forest seemed to stretch endlessly, and despair began to creep in. Just when her hope was at its lowest, she spotted a clearing up ahead. In the center stood a stone structure that looked like a forgotten shrine. As Luna approached, she noticed an inscription above the opening. Only the pure of heart may pass. Doubts flooded her mind. Was this the test the old woman had spoken of? Taking a deep breath, Luna stepped into the opening. Suddenly, the ground beneath her feet gave way. Startled, she reached out to steady herself, but her fingers met only air. With a gasp, Luna realized she was falling. The clearing and the shrine were nothing but a mirage. The forest had tricked her. As she plummeted, Luna squeezed her eyes shut, bracing for the impact. But instead of pain, she felt a rush of air. Opening her eyes, she found herself floating above the forest floor. Astonished, she looked down to see that the ground was far below her. With trembling hands, Luna tried to regain control. But panic surged through her as she realized that she was losing altitude fast. The trees rushed toward her, their branches reaching out like grasping claws. In a last-ditch effort, Luna stretched out her arms, hoping to find purchase on something, anything. Her fingers brushed against a thick vine, and with a surge of adrenaline, she swung onto it. The vine held, and slowly, cautiously, Luna began to climb. As she pulled herself higher, the forest canopy opened above her, revealing a sky filled with stars. The ordeal left her weak and shaken. But as the first rays of sunlight touched the leaves above her, she knew she had survived the night. But where was Rake? Had the forest taken him too? Grief threatened to consume her, but Luna pushed it down. She had to keep going. The old woman's words echoed in her mind. "The water from the spring will lead you to safety." With renewed determination, Luna continued her journey. And in the distance, she saw a glimmer of light. With each step, the sound of running water grew louder, leading her to a beautiful spring nestled amidst flowers and trees. The water sparkled in the sunlight, inviting and alluring. Taking a deep breath, Luna knelt beside the spring and cupped her hands. As the cool water splashed onto her face, she felt a sense of clarity return. With the old woman's words in mind, Luna drank deeply from the spring. Immediately, she felt a surge of energy course through her veins. But it was the words she heard next that made her heart skip a beat. "Follow the sound of running water," the voice echoed in her mind, "and you shall find your way to safety." Rising to her feet, Luna followed the voice's direction. She walked alongside the stream, its gentle sound a soothing melody. After what felt like hours, the sound of the stream led her to a fork in the path. One way led deeper into the forest, while the other opened up to a meadow bathed in sunlight. As Luna hesitated, the voice spoke again, guiding her toward the meadow. With a grateful nod, she walked into the sunlit clearing. And there in front of her stood a magnificent sight. A crystal-clear lake lay nestled in the heart of the meadow, surrounded by lush greenery. But it was the words she heard next that truly captured her attention. "Where the waters are still, your heart's desire shall be found." Luna felt a surge of hope mixed with apprehension. Could this be the place? Taking a deep breath, she walked toward the lake, its tranquility a stark contrast to the tumultuous journey she'd endured. As she reached the shore, she noticed a small boat tied to a nearby tree. Without hesitation, Luna got into the boat and let the stillness of the lake envelop her. The voice echoed once more. "Paddle swift, your love shall come to light." Understanding dawned on Luna. The voice wasn't guiding her to a destination, but helping her every step of the way. With newfound confidence, she dipped her paddle into the water and began to stroke rhythmically. The boat glided across the lake, propelled by Luna's determination and hope. As she neared the center, the voice grew louder, urging her onward. "Just a little further," it seemed to say. Suddenly, the voice stopped. Luna looked around, realizing that she was in the exact middle of the lake. Just then, the surface of the lake rippled and a head popped up. To Luna's immense joy, it was Rake. Relief washed over her as he helped her out of the boat. They embraced tightly, their love for each other evident in the long, tight hug. Together, they explored the surrounding area, discovering a small village where they learned about the benevolent spirit that resided in the lake. It was this spirit that had tested their love, ensuring that only true devotion could succeed. Realizing that their love had been strengthened by their ordeal, they decided to return home. However, upon their arrival, they found that their absence had caused quite a stir. The Duke and the King, worried by their disappearance, had organized search parties. When Luna and Rake revealed themselves, their father's relief was palpable, but their joy was short-lived. The two rulers, consumed with anger and a desire to uphold appearances, insisted that Luna and Rake be formally engaged. This time, however, the engagement was announced throughout the land, inviting the entire kingdom to celebrate. For Luna and Rake, this engagement held a different meaning. It symbolized not just a union between two kingdoms, but a bond of love and adventure shared. They had faced the trials of the forest and emerged stronger, their love story becoming a local legend. And so, the kingdom rejoiced, unaware that the real adventure of Luna and Rake's life was just beginning. If you liked this story, then please subscribe for more content like this. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the story.